Our next guest does currency management as a service for enterprise and fast-growing companies. And we're delighted to have him back. He's the co-founder and COO of Leondrino Exchange, Peter Reuschel. Well, did I get that close, your last name?
Brilliant.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Thank you, sir. Peter, welcome back into Tomorrow. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks a lot. I'm really happy to see you again
Yes.
after 4 years. So when we met for the first time regarding this topic, 2015,
Here at IFA.
at IFA. So during that time, we actually announced and launched our first wallet for digital currencies. During that time, only a few people probably did know Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And what's behind that, nobody did really see this topic of ICO or now initial equity token coming. And it's nice to see you here again and talk about what happened so far.
Sure, and catch up since 2015. First of all, what is a digital wallet?
So what you probably know, in nowadays, digital wallets become more and more popular, where you actually can hold what we call tokens. A token can be close to currencies, but token can also be close to equity or other things that are tokenized. So tokenization is really a trend right now. With Leondrino, we actually do focus on tokenization of money, especially money that is issued by private organizations. And we behave like a kind of central bank, private central bank, where an enterprise in our private central bank can also make a deal on the monetary policy. And we use blockchain actually to secure this deal.
I was going to say, that sounds good, because blockchain helps with the security and all of that important aspect and privacy elements and things of that nature. So digital wallet then would be perhaps our smartphone, right, or a tablet.
That's
it's storing
true.
these tokens, right?
Right. So digital wallet, it can be put on a server, can be put on the smartphone, but I mean there are modern solutions where you can have both. So it doesn't really matter where you put your tokens.
So I can kind of hear some of my audience in my head saying, well, why do I even need that? I mean, can't I just use money? Can't I just use my credit cards or my debit cards? What's the difference? Why would someone need the digital wallet anyway?
I mean, nowadays, cashless transactions are more and more popular, especially in emerging countries like China, but also in the US. You probably know that in China, they don't use credit cards as often as they use their smartphones for payment.
Yeah.
But with this new infrastructure, with smartphones and also an infrastructure where you can have really low-cost transactions, you can really have competition of currencies. So there isn't a need to have only one central. You can have many of them, and you can have competition between the currencies for the trust of the people. And from my point of view, as the internet brought together different areas of business and where you could see the divergence, now you probably see that money, the three major aspects of money, will be extended by fourth aspects, the information or the data aspect, and loyalty systems and money comes closer together. That's how I see the future.
I remember back in 2015 here at IFA, we talked to you about the regulation of this industry.
Absolutely.
Has that happened? Is that something that's good, that's not good, that's making life difficult? Where do we stand with the regulating part of it?
Right. So you couldn't believe that we wanted to be regulated.
I know.
Already
I remember
2015.
that. It's like, wait a minute.
No,
You're
actually,
asking to be regulated, and you said yes.
yes. And we did follow that concept. So we defined a whole life cycle of money, and initial phases of the life cycle don't have to be regulated, but the highest quality tokens, we call it token class B and A, needs regulation. It's really close to money, it's close to trade, and that needs regulation. And what you could see here in Europe, 2016, there was a decision of all the finance ministers in the European Union to regulate exchanges and wallets. And now, by middle of January next year, all the different nations have to put that into law. And the process is in its final stages here in Germany.
So you're encouraged by this. It's
Absolutely.
a good thing.
So we do really believe that next year at IFA we will have really a nice big booth, and that we don't have one this year. So we see that enterprises and customers spot this chance and want to issue their currencies. For the first time in my life, I'm in a situation where the US market isn't leading, because there are a few aspects of regulation is still debated. It's not really clear which agency takes over the lead. But I truly believe that the US market will come and will open up next year.
Yeah, because you initially passed the US market.
That was not our plan. So we had a big insurance company 2015, 2016 in the US that wanted to issue their own digital currency via us, but because of lack of regulation, they actually pulled back and said it's too early, and therefore we made the decision, okay, then let's stay in Europe to work with our pilots and come back to the US when the market is ready.
Gotcha. Which industries, if any in particular, are the early adopters, especially with Leondrino? Which industries are you working with?
No, actually, we have customers in the area of virtual reality. For instance, Taramba, we have customers in the food industry. And so you probably know Square, this big company in the US. So there's a kind of young, fast-growing company here in Europe that actually wants to use a digital currency really to even accelerate growth and to give more data to the participating restaurants.
Wow.
And it's all about sports again. So you might have heard Paris Saint-Germain, they announced already that they want to issue a token. We talked to some big teams here, soccer teams here in Germany. Let's see who might be the first big German soccer team.
Yeah, there you go. And that'll be something else to be proud of, that you're involved there at the very beginning. So awesome. We wish you well. We invite, of course, our audience to visit your website at leondrino.com. I may have asked you back in 2015, but does Leondrino mean something, or is that...
No, actually, the idea was born 2011 already when I developed together with a few co-founders a music platform, and the business model was not strong enough, and we were considering a business model for musicians, for bands, and we came up with this idea to issue a currency for a band and then to develop it step by step. And then over time, also through the feedback of somebody from the New York Stock Exchange and Silicon Valley VCs, we realized that it's a much broader game, and therefore we actually founded the company 2014 as Leondrino Exchange Inc. In the US. So all the IP is actually in the US. And we still strongly believe the US market might become a leader pretty soon.
I'm sure it will be, and I wish you well. And then I look forward to the next update where we can learn even more about the digital currencies.
By the way, you probably have heard about Libra. That is a currency initiative of Facebook. It actually gave us a huge push. There are some differences in the concepts we have, but this kind of a public debate about private currencies with a global approach is really supporting us a lot.
Very good. Well, of course, we will link you to Peter's website as well, so you can see what they're doing regularly. And check it all out at leondrino.com, leondrino.com. We'll get you there at intotomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline, inviting you to be sure to snag our brand new updated Into Tomorrow app in your favorite app store, and then you can see the video of all of the radio interviews from IFA, as well as subscribe to our free podcast and hear our stream 24/7, all the good stuff. So be sure and snag the brand new Into Tomorrow app. We're back with more from Berlin, Germany. I'm Dave Graveline, bringing you further Into Tomorrow from the Advanced Media Network.